Well, boys, here we are again. With September coming to an end, and Borderlands 4 being delayed on the Switch, it's been a pretty good month so far. Right at the start, Silksong broke Steam and had over 500,000 people playing at once. Very well deserved, you love to see it. And in order to get my games list for 2025 up, I decided to hop on Dying Light the Beast. So let's compile our shaders, make sure that we code our own engine so the game runs well, and then let's get right into it. You start off as Kyle Crane, a man who is going through hell, being experimented on because he is immune to the virus. He has been here for 13 years. And after a failed rescue attempt, we wake up face to face with the enemy. The Baron, the man responsible for all of your torture. After making a brief threat, we witness an insane murder. After the latches magically break free, we collapse. We awake, and we are on the radio with a baddie who plans to get me free. After some crawling, and a little more crawling, and some more crawling, we bless ourselves with some morphine and are granted the power of legs. We absolutely crushed our first zombie, avoided getting killed multiple times, took advantage of somebody else's property, and started getting to work. The Baron decides to open the doors to all the crazy people, and I died here. Twice, in fact. And after I was blessed with the power of going Super Saiyan, I cleared this whole hallway. We made it out of the bunker, and took pleasure in having a good system. You see, Dying Light is an open world survival game. There are zombies everywhere, parts to collect everywhere, vehicles, you name it. Kind of like another open world game that has points of interest and safe houses. Just like Dying Light the Beast. So, I don't really know whether to be extremely happy or extremely sad when I tell you that you're gonna get around twice the FPS in Dying Light as you are in Borderlands 4. Also, I'm not even joking. With my current PC specs, when I played this game on the max graphics at my native resolution, I was getting around 60 to 65 FPS, which is absolutely playable. Borderlands 4, on the other hand, max settings, native resolution, oh boy, I was getting 25 to 30. So, with the release of Dying Light the Beast, I think I found somebody for you, Randy, somebody who can code your engine. I personally settled with FSR on high, and I was getting about 80 to 100 FPS. After checking out the brutal gore mechanics, we made our way to the town hall to find some allies. We claimed our first safe house because it's scary as fuck at night, took advantage of the water because the zombies are toxic to it, and started to clear out the town hall. You see, we needed to save these survivors because we need friends if we ever want a chance at taking revenge on the Baron. Suddenly, we are ambushed by a nightmare. And in order to kill this Muppet, we used our famous strategy from Ornstein and Smo. You keep that man behind the pillar, and you do it at all costs. After we pistol whipped our boy, we prepare to harvest the goods. And after a quick drug break, we meet our friends, save the sheriff's ass, restore power, and get ready to devise a plan. Now, in order for us to get our revenge on the Baron, we need two things. Lots and lots of chimera blood to make us stronger, and lots of friends. The Baron has an army. After getting murdered a few times, we arrived at the chimera. Or at least, I thought. Eat shit and die. Eat shit and die. Eat shit and die, pal. After finding out how much of a menace Kyle is, we made our way towards the actual chimera. He jump-scared the ever-living hell out of me. We got blown up, ambushed yet again by more chimeras, and were forced to sprint out of this cave without cleaning my pants first. So I ran and I ran while filling up my pants to the brim. They're trying to touch me! Dutch, that's leather. That's alcohol. Get me out of here, Dutch! Ah! Get the fuck out of here! Shit, it looks bad! Holy fuck! Thankfully, that is over. As somebody who is extremely prone to being scared, yes, I am a pussy, this was horrifying. I am not a fan of being chased. We gave our sample to our girl Olivia, and then we set off for the next chimera. After tracking her down to a swamp, we got ready for the most painful section of the game. Whoa!
Shit!
Now this wasn't necessarily the hardest part of the game for me, but oh boy is it painful. This bitch does not want you getting anywhere near her. Not only is she a big time spitter, she'll use these trees as launch pads to come ruin your day. So when you finally get your hands on this prick, oh boy it feels good. And after giving her the Loki treatment, we collect our prize. Tasked with restoring power to a plant, we make our way. Stumbled upon Largo, the owner of the plant, and we volunteered to go and drain the water. And that's exactly what we did. Upon our return to our man, he betrays us big time, and then they find out what I really am. After slaughtering all the bad guys, we turned back on the power, and we headed back to our friends. Kyle discovers that the Baron is using a certain type of gas to lure in chimeras, so that's exactly what we do. This is definitely one of the easier ones. He kind of just spins in circles and runs straight, but you better steer clear of those cars because he will throw them at you at light speed. I tore his head off, collected our goods, roleplayed as Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue, and now the sheriff needs my help. I did some convoys and unlocked some safe houses, and then headed to the girl of the town. You see, she was up on a mountain range, so I had to do lots and lots of climbing to get there.
Cobra! Oh, ping!
Fuck these guys. I got Taylor.
Oh my god, this guy's the fucking shit out of me! After recovering from my heart exiting my throat, we did a lot more climbing, and then we finally found her. The sheriff says that the Baron himself is here, and as we made our way into the mine without killing a single guard, the search began. A few dirty stealth kills later, I figured out how effective a simple UV light can be. Same with guns, they are as effective as you'd expect. You are absolutely slaughtering people. The Baron's soldiers got destroyed, but it gets worse. You see, our bestie has a bit of a different plan. She doesn't have faith in Kyle Crane, and so she turns him in. It was a trap from the start. Oh boy, I really hope we don't end up forgiving her later. They beat my ass, the ever-living shit out of me. Thankfully, the beast escapes. And like the good tank he is, he took all the aggro, so I was able to escape. Just kidding, the Baron drops a rock on my head. So, we take cover in the indestructible sea can. On our way out, we stumble across whatever the hell this is, and of course, it triggers another chase. So with pants full of shit, we booked it. And again, I know I'm a pussy, but I cannot stand being chased by these things in a dark area. Thankfully, after I exited the cave, they all magically disappeared. With revenge on my mind, Jacob tells me that she came in, grabbed her stuff, and left. Of course she roached out. He told me about a group of people who live in the mountain, so we head there. It was quite far, so we had a lot of free time to think. And all I could hear in my stupid brain was, how did they do it? How did they pull this off? How did they manage to make Borderlands 4's optimization so ass? Dying Light the Beast is absolutely gorgeous. And not in a bad way, this game has a lot in common with Borderlands 4. This game is open world, has seamless no loading screens, randomly generated loot with bags and chests as well, lots of different types of enemies around the map, lots of points of interests. They also both have safe houses to claim. It's a leveling system where you unlock more side quests as you go, finding weapon rarities from, well, gray to green to blue to purple to gold. They're the exact same. So this whole time I've just been brainstorming. How and why does Borderlands 4 look so much worse and run so much worse? I think it's a combination of two things: an S-tier goofball who doesn't know what he's doing, and an engine that is known to be hard on everyone's hardware. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't see that nuclear bomb coming. This was a disaster from the start. But on our arrival, we met Sven, a fellow infected. And as it turns out, all of the mountain people are infected, but they're all immune to the virus as well, just like Kyle. After meeting Lydia, the leader of the group who wants us gone, we took off to try to tap into the Baron's communications. After a quick piss and kicking this guy to his doom, I enjoyed the beautiful view and tapped into the first transmitter. After all three are in place, we were informed that the Baron is about to blow up the town hall, and I was not gonna let my boy Jacob down. Turns out the Baron was trying to take out the town even though the sheriff had turned us in. With another chimera on the loose, we start the hunt. And of course it's another one of these hags, god damn it. Swiftly, we dealt with that skank, did a round, and made our way back to our friends. We gave the baddie her share, and arrived at the next victim. Now, if you hate the Black Knife Assassin from Elden Ring, you're in for a treat. Start randomly swinging your fists in the air, prepare your hanky, and start watching the water, baby. You better keep track of those footsteps at all times, or else this will be a nightmare. Good thing he was no match for my saw blade.
Now that's a lot of damage!
I boxed the ever-living shit out of him, kicked his head in, and then went on to collect the samples for Lydia. Found out that I can't execute the big boys, and the third chase has begun. This time, prepared with a diaper, I made my way out.
Oh shit, here we go again.
After suffering the third ball ache of the game, we finally make it. We give Lydia her goods so she can learn how to mind control, then to our next victim. Okay, maybe this time I'm the victim. Coming straight from Chernobyl, the Colossus plans to end my life. Too bad I discovered that the poison makes him take double damage. So I gave him a worthy boxing opponent, and then I tore off his skull. Decided I'm not strong enough yet to fight the Baron, and then was sent to the insane asylum. Oh boy, was this place ever a nightmare. That chimera blood that we just risked our cheeks for gives Lydia the ability to convince the zombies to not kill us. So, they're pretty chill. Until they're not and they murder you. Clearly, the strategy here is to do stealth, so we'll sneak in this vent here while that guy's distracted. And it was working fine until that not-so-dead guy blew my cover. Equipped with the full set of heavy armor and some overpowered customized fists, these guys didn't stand a chance. All I could think about while I was murdering this chimera was how I'm not going to be able to have any cover for the rest of this building. Get ready for a huge slaughter. While encountering another chimera, I realized beast mode is a must for fighting these things. They are atrociously strong. Soon after recovering from that fight, we made our way to the elevator and we began to climb. Well boys, we're in a bit of a situation here. Not only is this chimera dropping his balls on my face, but there were two more planning to rob me of my dignity. I tried to see if this guy would fall, but he would not do it. So I waited for him to move and then sprinted straight to the vent. Nabbed that key card, and went downstairs to make my way back to the main doors. When I climbed back up the vents, my invisibility was back. And thank God, because I instantly got sandwiched between two chimeras. Finally, I arrived at the door and used the card. Just kidding, it wouldn't let me. It's telling me that I have to use the key card on the other side of this door here, which doesn't make sense, because I'm on the other side of the door. Oh well, I guess we'll go back down to the basement. Here we go again. After using the key card to arrive to where we just were, I ran into a serious problem. You see, not only did I shit my pants when I opened this door, but I ran into an army of RuneScape bots. And as we waited, the real problem came up. These two are locked in place. They are not moving an inch. And so, what do? Well, you jump and break your cover, of course. With my heart beating out of my chest, we made it to the room. And by the room, I mean the room. Now, I will never ever complain about this, but for whatever reason, the zombies could not vault over this window. And so, we were safe. We're gonna die! We're all gonna die! After realizing the situation I'm in, we got to work. We threw grenade after grenade, Molotov after Molotov. I got so sick and tired of wasting all my items that we came up with a new strat, and it worked wonderfully. With the remaining 6 bad bitches, we got to work. And he got in. Well, boys, we survived the Onslaught. Just kidding, there's still more. After we dealt with them, we took this scientist's hand because, well, we need it more than him, and made our way back to the overpowered room. We grabbed the medication for Lydia, and the alarm went off. Time for another chase. Using beast mode, it made me run at twice the speed. I dashed straight through the window. I started running like hell, and botched the shit out of this jump. It counted as surviving anyways, so we made it back to our friends. The Baron tries to take out the town hall, and so we take out his men. Ambushed by a giant chimera, we destroy him. He is nothing compared to the army that was in the mental hospital. Now, I thought this 2v1 was gonna be a little hard, but as soon as I got 1/2 health, Lydia took control and played the game for me. I forgave the sheriff and went out to bait the beast into a cave. Face to face with the animal himself, we took out our bat. I gave our boy the proper ass whooping that he deserves. Loaded him up in the truck, and took him home. After admiring some beautiful NPCs, we did some side quests. You see, I wanted to be level 13 to beat the game because, well, that's what the game says. And so, I lied and went straight to the finale. With revenge pumping through my veins, we went straight for the Baron's castle. And after murdering a bunch, and I mean a bunch of men, I was immediately betrayed by Olivia. The Baron claims he was in on it the whole time. He allowed Kyle to escape so he can reach his full potential. The Baron holds Olivia's dad hostage, forcing her to do his bidding. One knife to the neck later, Olivia turns on him, putting a fork in his eye. After he juices up big time, we are forced to deal with the man himself. After a somewhat disappointing boss fight, I used the best ability in the game to send him off the roof. He might not die, you better go impale him. Yes! I swear I've never seen this. That's what I would do. I don't think he's getting up from that one. And with that, concludes Dying Light the Beast. So, is it worth buying? Well, in my opinion, absolutely it is. The game itself is absolutely gorgeous and has tons of detail inside the smaller buildings and even areas you wouldn't expect. And as mentioned, the game is optimized extremely well. Not only does it run smooth at a native resolution, I didn't have a single crash, and I also didn't have any lag or stuttering problems at all. It ran perfectly. The combat is beautiful, there's gore and blood everywhere, every weapon has its own unique swing style. It feels good to crack skulls and chop off limbs. There's also lots of Easter eggs to explore. Despite the story being a little bit short for my liking, it's easy to follow and super straightforward. I enjoyed the twist at the end, and it doesn't suffer from bad writing. And although I think the characters could have had a little more personality and been a little more interesting, I don't really have any more complaints here. Oh, I also forgot to mention that the sound design and the music in this game is extremely good. But I'm pretty sure there's a few things I can think of that I dislike. You know, having no fast travel on paper sounds fine, forcing the player to get out and to travel places. But when you have an item on the other side of the map that you need to craft your item, it gets a little tedious having to run 6 minutes just to get there. And then you gotta run back. The grappling hook is debatably useless in this game. And another thing is, I feel like the parkour is slightly too slow in this game. Not the movement, but the grappling and climbing up ledges, it feels a little bit too slow compared to the past games. I also think a lot of the skills are kind of underwhelming, and it's a little annoying that you can only get beast points from doing this story. The looting can also be a little tedious. You don't get very much loot, but if you use the scavenger outfit, you get just enough. And one more little niche nitpick, I really hate how you have to hold a button to search everything. It's kind of annoying because you're gonna be searching a lot. This game is a little short and is by no means a masterpiece, but in the year 2025, this was definitely a fresh breath of air to play. It also does extremely well on my modern gaming bingo card. I considered crossing off the grindy gameplay loop because of the looting system, but to be fair, it's not that bad if you get the outfit first. I appreciate you watching this far if you're still here. Let me know what you think of the new Dying Light so far. I always appreciate games like this, even if they're not perfect. But thanks again, and you take care. I'll see you later.